hear something over and over and over and over again until what you've been digesting can reach you at that season where it will make really true sense. See, oftentimes we can hear stuff. Y'all ever had an aha moment? You know, you've heard something and finally was like, oh man, that makes sense to me now, right? It was so stagnant. Later on, it finally clicked in your mind. If you've ever experienced a late aha moment, drop one in the chat box. So tonight, I want to talk about desire. I really want to focus on us being able to really go after what it is that we want. See, we hear desire all the time, but I don't think people have allowed it to really marinate and digest in its true meaning and its true power. See, if you don't really want something, if you don't crave something, you won't move. Oftentimes people are not motivated because they don't have the end result won't pull them in. So you guys decided to come and start learning the skill of trading for what reason? Can somebody share why is it that you wanted to learn the skill of trading beyond money? Because money is just a tool. What did you want that money to do for you? Can somebody drop in the chat what it is that you want money to do for you? What did you want to learn financial freedom for? Right? Is my chat working? Let me check my chat. Time, life, and okay, is that y'all gratitude? What did you guys want to learn the skill of trading for? Does anybody not know? If you don't know, I'm glad you don't know, because we need to fix that on tonight. If you're still trying to figure it out, put an F in the chat. But let's see what we got. You got to know why you wanted to learn the skill. Okay, perfect. Time, life, and enjoyment. Give me something deeper than that. I don't want nobody to answer with financial freedom. I don't want nobody to answer with firing their boss. It has to be bigger than what's going to already. It has to be deeper than that. What is your why? What is your why? I'm challenging y'all to think on tonight. Perfect. Future children. What is something that you want for yourself? What is something right now you want to fight? Let's imagine. Let's walk. Let's imagine. Everybody on the call tonight becomes a six-figure trader. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. If everybody became a six-figure trader tonight, you leave your job, you retire your boss, and you pay the house, and you do all the regular stuff, right? That's the regular stuff. We know that's going to manifest. But once you cleared out the house and you bought the house and you fired your boss, and now you're financially free, we know you can travel the world. What is your why? All that is just a byproduct of you getting money, right? But what is the true why? That's what I'm looking for, the heart. I'm looking for the heart. There we go. Pay off them cotton picking loans, right? And once you pay off the loans, what does your life look like? I'm trying to get you guys to dig deep into your imagination, because what's happening is, if you haven't already painted the picture and put yourself in a moment where you can visualize, you're not going to reach that destination. You're not going to reach the destination. Mom always passed away from cancer. I had to be the sole proprietor for my family. Generate the heart of your why. Because what's going to happen is, you're not going to reach your destination if you don't know what you're aiming for. You're not going to reach your destination if you don't know what you're aiming for, right? What am I aiming for, guys? That's my vision board behind us, by the way. I say this pretty much all the time. Live my best life. But why? Because I want to create generational wealth for the masses. I want to promote my clothing line, which pushes self-love. I want to push my music, which is more kind of like a Tupac style, right? I want to create my invention. I want to push my self-love academy. I want to push my swimsuit line. What is the why? What type of continuous legacy will you spread? How would we know what we're aiming for? Most of us just want to be successful with but that's what I'm saying. You have to write down, you have to be more specific. A lot of people have too many surface answers. So if you're saying, I want financial freedom, what is that financial freedom for? Financial freedom just means you don't have to worry about money no more. That's all that means. So since you're not worrying about money no more, what is your life? Success is you intentionally aiming for. So that's all success is. Success has nothing to do with money. Success is the person. If you listen to Earl Nightingale, success is the person who is deliberately aiming for something that they're intentional about. It's the person who decides to go to school and learn how to be a teacher because that's what they wanted to do. It is the person who wanted to be a videographer because that's what they wanted to do. It is a person who wants to open a daycare because that's what they wanted to do. It's just literally the decision to go towards your dreams every single day. That's what success is. Success is nothing but just being consistent towards your goals. Most people are not successful because they're not aiming towards anything. People go to work every single day. That's not an aim. That's just making a living. Aim is intentional, right? What would you know? So you have to write down what makes you excited, what makes you happy. If you have the money right now, what does your lifestyle look like? There we go. Y'all are digging. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. If you don't know yet, you need to sit down and start doing some reflection because you're not thinking far out enough. This is what's going to happen. If you really don't know, successful multiple streams of income, every single thing on that wall is multiple streams of income. You already know the money is done because you're supposed to have the belief and the faith. That's why we have these calls every single week. So if I don't know what it is I'm truly aiming for, then I'm just going through the motions, because what's going to happen is the money is going to hit you or it's not. Because if you have no aim, there won't be any consistency to lie behind it. If you're money driven, okay, yay, the money shows up. Okay, what's next? Guys, I make money. It's boring. It's nothing else to do. So what do I need to do? I need to make sure that I'm allowing God to use me to help allow other people to manifest their dreams. So somebody hit me up today and was like, B, when you going to start dropping some more music? And I said, oh my God, I got into trading to do music. I didn't get into trading to do mindset calls and become this leader. I didn't get into trading for that. But because when I started realizing there was purpose that started to be served. So now my aim is still the same. My aim is to help people create financial freedom and create self-love and personal development. So now the only difference is my platform has changed. My purpose is the same. My assignment is the same, but my platform is different. Right? So you have to ask yourself, what makes you excited to get up every morning? What would make you excited? What would make you so happy that if money wasn't an issue, you could do it every single day? Somebody may say, man, I just want to paint. Somebody may say, I want to do nonprofit. Somebody might say, I want to go out and just restore the homeless. Some people may say, I want to go out and create this new design for cars. What is it? If you don't know, that means you need to start meditating and silencing all the voices around you, because oftentimes we're just operating off of conformity. We're operating off of what the world, a lot of times humans are creatures of habit. Humans follow each other. Oh, I see she doing it. Let me go this way. Right? You ever been in a line and people just kind of migrate in the same direction? Start paying attention to people. Humans are just creatures of habit. They kind of follow each other. So you have to silence. You have to sit down and take a sheet of paper. This is how you're going to ask that question. This is how you're going to answer that question. What it is that you want. If I had, let me find it because I always get it wrong. Hold on, give me a second. I wrote it down for myself. If I had, I would. That's how you find out what your aim is. If I had, I would. The list needs to be, you need to get everything out. Mine has so much: Retire My Mom, music, videos, writer, production, classical music, launch my automation, launch my class act, short films, self-love. You got to get it all out on paper. Write the vision and make it plain. You can't have a desire simply for financial freedom. You got to have a desire for what that finances is going to create. So as I'm sitting here and I'm looking at everybody, that's what I'm looking for. Finance my church ministry to help the youth and the young adults in the lower economic communities. That's what I'm looking for. To gain access to paper. That's what, philanthropist, right? To make sure my sister is taken care of because of her MS, right? Basketball team, to travel, to help the kids. That's what we're looking for. That is why I show up every single day, because I want to see you launch your basketball, your AAU basketball team, and get your photography business. I already know Blue Lens LLC. That's specific. Pursue my purpose here is international travel, right? Smaller version of the federal people to people. That's what I'm looking for. If your answer is not that specific, you need to sit still every single day, and you need to say, write down all the things that you like to do. Don't write down the things that your parents told you to do, that your friends are doing. You need to write down the things that you like to do. And then you build off of that. I love music. So what I want to do, I want to take classical training. I want to do production. One day I'm probably sitting on somebody's cruise ship just playing a piano. All right. Trading is not my passion. Trading is not my love. Trading is just a platform that allows me to communicate with people, to impact lives, and to help people create the financial freedom so those answers can manifest. That's why we're here. So you have to have a desire. A desire is the starting point. Exactly. Trading is just a vehicle for you to get to those answers in the chat box. Chairman is just a vehicle. And matter of fact, Chairman Cohen starts taking on a whole nother role, because that stretches you into different levels of leadership and things of that nature. So what you first have to understand, guys, so does everybody get what I was saying towards what is it that you really truly want this money to do for you? Once you get financial freedom, pay off your bills, pay off your debt. Once that's done, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis? Guys, once you become a great trader, you're just going to be boring. You're going to get fat. I got fat. I'm just not working out. There was nothing to do, because once you guys know how to trade and you put your money to work, there's nothing to do, because it's not trading time for money anymore. So what are you going to be trading your time to do? You have to have impact, purpose, and serve. All right. Trading time for money no longer is a factor when you are a trader, a great trader. All right. When you've learned to set them sell limits and go about your day with Savior, you got to get out here. You got to get out the house and serve a purpose. Right? Because without vision, you perish. Right? So desire is the starting point of all achievement. It has to be such a flame. It's got to be hot. It's got to be off the grid. Right? It's got to help you continue to show up when tragedy and things happen in your life. Right? When tragedy arises in your life, is your desire so strong it's going to keep giving you the burning fire and the flame to keep going. See, when there's fire in the fireplace, you're able to stay warm. Right? When you can continue to add wood, you continue to burn. That fire continues to burn. So what's going to happen is when challenges arise in your life, when you get discouraged, when you feel you just can't make it, you may lose a loved one, there may be sickness in the family, your job may cut you, all of these things that's a part of how life goes on a regular day basis. Are you going to still be able to keep adding wood to your fire? Is your desire, see, all your desire is nothing but wood, continuously burning to keep you excited, right? How many people know how a train operates? I don't know if it's still that way, but I just know you got the coal, and and they got to continue to keep adding the coal to the train so it can keep moving. No matter how many storms the train is passing through, no matter how much bad weather the train is passing through, hail, tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, the train is still moving. They're still adding coal so it can keep pushing forward through all of the tragedy, the turmoil, the challenges, the grieving, whatever's taking place in your life. You got to continue to add the coal. And if you don't know what you're aiming for, what the true substance, what the true purpose and the foundation of your aim, you're just going to be going through the motions. You don't want to become a person who gains financial freedom and you are an empty shell. You don't want to have wealth and externally and nothing internally, because you're going to feel empty. There's not going to be any coal inside of you. You're going to be cold, right? There's not going to be any coal you're going to continue to add. So you got to sit down, look at your environment, look at your loved ones, look at the people around you. What is it that I want to do? What is it that I love? See, there may be gifts and talents and discoveries and skills that are buried so deep inside of you that you don't even know that it's there anymore, because you've been so buried with just this conformity, with this world telling you should do this and you should do that. You don't even know what you're supposed to be doing anymore. See, maybe when you were 10 years old, you were great at doing this. Maybe when you were 18, you were great at doing this, but your parents said, no, that's not good enough. But yet when you were a child, they said you could be anything that you want to be. But when you hit 18, they say that's not good enough. So I want you to dig back into when you were 18. I want you to dig back into when you were 10. And I want you to find those moments, those gifts, those seeds that God planted inside of you. And I want you to dig it up. I want you to dig it up. I want you to get it out of that dead soil. I want you to get it out of the weeds. I want you to get it out of the opinions and the judgment around the world. I want you to dig it up, and I want you to find a way to put that aim back into your focus, back into your concentration. You may have, look, guys, there may be your family. Your family may not have no money. Your family, you might have somebody in your family that's extremely gifted, but because they don't have no money, they can't fund their dreams. Maybe your aim should be, I want to be the person that somebody can call on. I want to be the person that my family, my friends can call on when they do need some money. So now I won't ever see nobody in my network, in my organization, in my culture, in my space, in my community, in my friendships, to never say they can't conquer something because I wasn't the person. See, some people don't even want to be the person. You don't even want to be the person. I dare you, I challenge you to say, I'm going to be the next Jay-Z. You may not aim for $1 billion, but your aim should be high enough where that freedom can exist, that freedom can overflow to the community around you. Your overflow should go to the people around you. See, when I first started learning how to trade, my overflow was just about Be Burrell. But now my overflow is going into my family and my friends. I've given away about $20,000 this year, guys. Probably about 18,000. I've given away so much money. You got to understand the challenge. You got to accept. It's not even a challenge, really. It's not even a challenge. We've been just conditioned to believe that gaining wealth is a challenge. No, being broke is a challenge. How many people have ever had to switch bills around to make sure you get it paid? How many people have ever been in a position where you didn't have? Who's been broke before? I've been broke before. Somebody drop in the chat box for one for me, because I've been broke before. This is exactly why I got into trading. See, I sat down in the back of this room and somebody said it was $200 to start, and I didn't have $200. I had so much conviction. I said, well, how in the world is it that I'm 20-something years old and I don't have $200? I've been working since I was 15 years old. Something is wrong with that. So then I started looking at the people around me. None of us had $200. I couldn't even call a friend or a family to borrow $200 to start. That was a problem. So I decided it's not a challenge. I'm going to do what most people decide not to do. Most people are lazy. That's all it is. So I'm going to take on the responsibility. I'm going to take on my kingdom work. I'm going to take on what God told. What do you say? Let the meek say I'm strong. Let the poor say I am rich. Why in the world are we not saying that? Let the poor say I'm rich. I don't want to be broke. See, broke means you don't have any money temporarily. Poor means you have passing over opportunities repeatedly. So what is your desire, ladies and gentlemen? What is your desire? You need to write it down. You need to keep that vision in front of you at all times. My desire is written out very thoroughly. Very thoroughly. Let's say that financial. Let's say you just got the best trade of your life. Boom. Have you made preparation for your aim? Have you made preparation for your desire? Oh, I want to be financially free. Oh, I want to make this money. But have you even created the plan? Have you created the outline? Have you created the expense report to where you're finna to make those deposits and where you're finna invest into these assets? How much does it cost to start a business? How much does it start to do this? Have you actually created an ongoing vision map for your dreams and your desires? See, Grant Cardone told me, he said, listen, what is it that you want to accomplish? So I went and bought me a notebook. And those things that are on the wall behind me, ladies and gentlemen, I wrote down everything that I want to accomplish. Task number 1, go chairman. What does it take? Launch a campaign, create a presentation video, create the flyers. So that's what y'all have now. The what? 50 families flyers. Everything. Business cards, check, right? Contact all the P1000s, check, right? Start doing networking events. That's what I'm about to do now. I'm about to write down my network. Let's go. Let's go look. Let's go look. Are you writing down what it is that you're playing? You're playing. What is Chairman Run, new network? I haven't wrote the new network yet, but this is my to-do for tomorrow. New network. Start reaching out to new people. Next page. What do I want? Class Act Done. That's my clothing line. I launched it last year before last, but I wasn't consistent because I started getting into trading, and then I took on this assignment. But I still have the plan. Update site. Update Secretary of State. Find public figures, influences. Constantly post pics. Get automation. Go to the bank. Update my Shopify. Start short films and commercials, ads. Have you actually wrote out the vision for every desire that you have? Next, my patent. What do I got to do? Go get some engineer to create the designs, the materials, manufacture the size, the inserts, the temperature controlling. It's just different details that's in correlation. Partnerships. What corporations am I going to be working with? All of them. Nike, Armour, NFL, NBA's, promo, pitch. What, guys? Be Burrell Music, record the music, record, mix, master, engineer, music videos, copyrights, upload my music, YouTube channel, publish through TuneCore, publish through YouTube, production, Master Keys, digital, swimsuit line, design. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? You have to make sure no matter how many gifts and talents and desires that you have, there's a plan of action for every single one of them. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? So while you're gaining your financial freedom, you need to make sure you've written out your roadmap to what it is that you can obtain. How can God bless an empty plan? My goodness. You want God to bless an empty plan. I want to make $10,000 a month. I want to make $1,000 a day. Okay, you make it. Where's the plan? How can he support something that isn't even written down? I don't believe, you have to understand, there's belief in what you write down. Let me show y'all something. Let's take a road trip. Because y'all have to understand, your desire is the starting point of all achievement. Here we go. What does this say? I wrote this down. See, people come to my house, they think this is funny. They think this is ugly. They think it has to be pretty and cute and pretty. No, I have to write it down because God is blessing what my hand is touching. God is blessing what vision is coming out of my ink, what is coming out of my energy, what is coming out of my goals, what is coming out of my hand. So write the vision and make it plain. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have 50 brand new Platinum 1000s in my Microsoft organization by September 13th. Right? I'm so happy and grateful now that I attract successful self-starters, coachable, teachable people in my Marcus Live Business Daily. Write the vision. Write the vision. What does it say? Guys, the date on this is on the back of this. That's what I know. I'm so happy and grateful I'm a professional trader. I wrote this in 2017. 2017. Let me see if the date is on here somewhere, because I put dates on all my stuff. It's on the back of this. I know it's on the back. But I'm a seven-figure trader by the end of 2020. I'm a student always. Trading rules. I win and I only learn. There's no such thing as L's, right? You can't trade irresponsibly. Remember your why. What is the why? The desire. What is it? It's not changed. It hasn't changed. Retirement, check. Pay off debt, check. Car, check. Betty Ruth handicap van, rest my grandmother's soul. She passed away last year. Travel with my family. Invest in my Classic Chronicles, my clothing line. Pay for my patent. It hasn't changed. Save up $2.5 million to make sure my mama never has to work for the rest of her life. Is it specific? Is your vision empty? That's what you got to really look. It's still over here. Be Burrell Music. My mama gave me this as a Christmas gift, y'all. Is your vision so loud that your family wants to support you? My mama took this little stuff and printed it out as creative as all get out. Live your best life. What does it say on the shirt? What does it say on the shirt? Live your best life. Come on, y'all. So you have to make sure your vision is everywhere. You got to know what your desire. Who is this over here in the corner? Christopher Derrick. Look at, I printed my own chairman picture. How big is your belief? How big is your imagination? My own chairman picture. I've been seeing this every single day. Waiting for the company to drop that in everybody's email. What is your why? What are your affirmations? Every single wall in my house, y'all. It's on success parameters. Gratitude, prayer. What? Come on. You got to know your laws. You got to keep it in front of you. Okay? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. So what you got to start understanding is that if you're not aiming, you're just looking. If you're not aiming, you're just looking. See, aim requires intention. Aim requires vision. Aim requires you to see the end mind. Simply see the end in mind. See, when you're aiming at a dartboard, you're looking at the what? Bullseye. Your bullseye is your vision. Your bullseye is your why. Your bullseye is every single reason you decided to start trading. But if you're not aiming at the bullseye, you're just looking at the bullseye. Come on. So are you looking or are you aiming? Everybody is looking at iMarkets Live. Everybody enrolls. Everybody looks at what everybody else is doing. But are you looking or are you aiming at what you should be doing when you get inside? So you got people that's in the company that's aiming, and you got people that's looking. They're too busy looking around and comparing themselves and not focusing on the vision and the lane that God has given them. What they're doing is looking at everybody else's lane. Man, that car is nice over there. Man, that just hit a bigger trade today. Man, that person is doing that. Man, how did they just get started and make that much money? Man. Instead of aiming, God said, I'm here. I need you to, God is trying to snap his fingers in your face and say, listen, wake up, we're here. But you can't hear nor can you see because you're just looking. A blind person has more vision than you do. And you are blessed with sight. So know what you're aiming for. All right? It has to be a burning desire, because what's going to happen is, worst case, I always tell people when I speak to them on the call, when I'm closing the call, I said, listen, trading is simple. The hardest thing, you want to know what the biggest challenge is for people? Their inability to fight their laziness. I was sitting there thinking earlier today, I said, man, most people are consistent at procrastinating. See, we all are masters of consistency. We all are literally masters of consistency. We're all experts of consistency. It's just some of us apply consistency to things that earn no return. We consistently go to a workplace, a job. I'm not knocking jobs, but 97%. We go to a place where we're underworked, underpaid, we're irritated, we're annoyed, but we're consistent at showing up. But yet there's an opportunity beyond iMarkets Live. There's just an opportunity that was placed in front of you, and you couldn't take advantage of it because you were too busy looking and not aiming. You have no vision. All right? Write the vision and make it plain. So what everybody needs to do tonight, take a sheet of paper, take your whiteboard, take your whatever it is that you want to do. Go get a big construction board. And I want you to say, you know what is it that I love? Don't worry about the word purpose. Don't worry about the word assignment. I want you to focus on what gives you the most energy. What makes you excited? What makes you feel like a 2-year-old? You need to find what that is. And then you'll start to just break down each layer that's been buried for years. Just been buried. You need to start digging up that gift that's been buried. You need to start getting it out of the weeds, getting out from underneath the roaches and all that stuff, that just the bubble gum, the French fries. It's been stepped on for so many years. You need to find out what gives you energy. And once you identify what that is, remember, if I had, I would. Complete that sentence. And the I would should be flooded with so much. And don't feel embarrassed. Don't compare yourself. Don't feel like it's supposed to be this conditioned thing that's supposed to be in the limelight. See, a lot of things, especially in the American and the African world, they highlight special attributes. They say, oh, if you're not a doctor or a nurse, an engineer, a lawyer. If you're not these things, that's what they consider success. But unfortunately, no disrespect to anybody's background or culture, but success is the person who deliberately goes after what it is they wanted to do intentionally. That's all it is. And the successful person is the person who shows up every single day without end. See, some people are going, some of you guys on this call tonight, you won't even be here June. I don't even know what today's date is. You won't be here June, somebody tell me the date, June 4th, 2019. See, a year ago, I said those same words. Guess what? A lot of those people are not here. It's only a handful. Because guess what? I said on one of the previous calls, every single person on this call, let's take a class picture today. Let's take a class picture. Go get your hair done. Go get your haircuts. Everybody come suited and booted. Let's take a class picture on today. A year from today, you got to understand this is education that's going to change your generations. This skill set goes beyond you. I cannot wait. I'm teaching my nephew was with me today. He said, TT, what's that? I said, a scanner. He said, scanner? I said, yeah, scanner. That's right. My nephew is going to be so financially skilled. He ain't going to have to worry about money before he even turns probably 13, because I'm going to pound it in his head. How about a 13-year-old millionaire trader? How about that? How about that? How about a 13-year-old millionaire trader? Oh, yeah, I've been trading since I was 8 years old. For real, for real. We have weakened our society because this is what kids, I don't know, kind of getting off the grid right quick. But guys, we got to stop making each other lazy. We got to stop making it seem like, oh my God, they 13 years old and they graduated college. If that 13-year-old can do that, that means everybody has the same ability. But what happens is we have limited our ability. So extraordinary doesn't become common because average has become the regular. Average has superseded all of extraordinary. So when we do extraordinary, which should really be the norm, it seems unbelievable. So when I say a 13-year-old millionaire, that sounds extraordinary. But guess what? If we apply the same consistency, the same amount of impact and influence at the same time and the same age, if we can all go back into time and create and have the ability to do that, we could do it. But we shrink. We shrink ourselves to conform to mediocrity. The people that we grow up underneath, they shrink our abilities to conform. People meet my nephew, oh my God, he talks so good for 2 years old. No, that's how we should be talking at 2. But we've created what what communication is at that age. So it seems like somebody is doing something extraordinary when we all have the same ability. So what extraordinary desire are you going to birth on tonight? What coal are you going to add to your train? What are you aiming for? What's your bullseye? Right? Your dominating thought, the thing you think about all day should become your reality. All right? What you think about should become your reality. I'm peaking at Think and Grow Rich, ladies and gentlemen. And you have to have a desire to win. You literally cannot have a retreat. How many people on the call tonight, you already got a plan B if trading don't work? Drop a 1 in the chat box if you got a plan B if trading doesn't work. Be truthful. You already said, man, if this don't work, I'm going to try this out. You said, I'm going to try this out. This isn't something you try. It is $5.3 trillion moving every single day. Every single day. And you're telling me that you're going to go back to plan, I don't want to be there because your inability to be consistent, it's not magic. People are learning how to trade faster than I am, faster than I did, because of the network, because of the platform, because of their ability to show up and listen. It took me 6 months without any of the resources you guys have today. It was just me and IML Academy. That's it. We didn't have all the sauce y'all got today. So if I could do it without any resources but one, why can't you do it with unlimited resources? Your plan B, if the minute you already said, I'm going to try this out, and if it don't work, you've already told the universe not to reward you, because whatever you speak, it forms into existence. You're taking it out of the spiritual and you're manifesting in the physical. The cell phone I'm on, somebody thought of it. Steve Jobs thought of this phone and created a physical creation. They got it so easy, Quez. They got it so they don't even know. Right? The laptop I'm sitting on, I have, somebody thought of this laptop and it came into creation. What's in your spiritual form that's going to come to creation? Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot have any retreat. And beyond trading, beyond this organization, beyond this culture, what is it that you're aiming for? When you get off this call, what is it that you think about 24/7? You got to be able to control your thinking. See, I got irritated with myself today because for some reason I have what I call the curse of music. So music just comes. Music lives in my head. It's just a given. I don't have to hear music. I'm fasting from music for 30 days. It don't even matter. It's already in my head. I'd be like, no, get out of my head. Well, it was a hip hop song I ain't sung in so many years, was in my head today, and I kept saying no. 50p1000s. I had to keep telling myself 50p1000s because I was trying to tune the song out. It just wouldn't leave. Y'all ever had a song stuck in your head? I'm like, not only is it a song, not is it, it's a song without its curse. I'm like, I don't want to sing that in my head. Where is it coming from? And I said, maybe if you want to say the devil, whatever, somebody trying to test my ability to think and focus and concentrate on what it is, what I want. 50p1000. No, 50p1000. I had to make the 50p1000s a song, right? Right? So no retreat, ladies and gentlemen. No retreat. So I know you guys hear this all the time, but you got to know what it is that you're aiming for. All right? Does everybody know the exact amount of money that they want? If you know what that exact amount of money you want to make on a month-to-month basis, drop a 1 in the chat box. If you don't know, I'm going to show you how to at least start off with a goal. The exact amount of money you want to make, your first goal, because you're going to always, I hope, your goal never ends at what you're saying tonight. If you say, oh, I only want to make $10,000 a month, I hope you don't end your goal there, because what's going to happen is you're no longer going to stretch and grow. So what's your first goal? What's your first goal? Right now we're in kindergarten. What are we going to do in first grade? What's our financial goal in first grade? What's our financial goal in second grade? What's our financial goal in third grade? It has to be an infinite growth, guys. Because the minute you sit still, it's the minute you no longer grow. It's the minute that somebody's behind the scenes watching you in admiration. Oh my God, they would manage to make $300 a day. Now I know I can do that, but what's going to happen? Now you're going to get complacent, and then somebody's going to be like, well, they still making $300 a day. I mean, can I go beyond that? Then your decision to not go beyond what you're capable of is going to have somebody who's looking at you in admiration feel like, man, that's as far as we can go. That's as far as we can go. So what's the number? Now, if you don't know what your exact number is, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to know what all your debt is. Okay. I need you to know what your lifestyle is on a month-to-month basis. You need to know what your expenses would be. I want your first aim to be double your income. Double your expenses, I'm sorry. So whatever your expenses are on a month-to-month basis, I want your first goal to be double your expenses. There we go. Stretch yourself. Double your expenses. If your expenses are $2, $3, $4 grand a month, I want your first goal to be double your expenses. Okay? Then you need to understand, let's just give a number, $2,000. Okay? Where your first financial goal needs to be $4,000 a month. Okay? $4,000 a month. They give you some financial income, and then if you want to break it down by day, if you want to break it down by week, you can do that. $1,000 a week, $100-something a day. So did they give people a new goal now? Do you all have an aim now, at least as far as a number, Does everybody have a number goal now? If you have a number goal now, drop a 1 in the chat box. If you don't know what your expenses are, please go calculate them. You need to know what your bills are. All right. If I call you right now and say, yo, what's your monthly expenses? You should know the number without hesitation. Okay. So your monthly expenses times 2, whatever that number is, make that your first goal. Make that your first goal. Okay. Then I want you to have the exact date that you want to acquire it. I want you to have the exact date. 6 months, 12 months, 30 days, whatever. I want you to have the exact date, because what's happening is you're just trading on the whim. You're not aiming for anything. Oh, I know how to trade. Okay, is your goal $100 a day? Is your goal $100 when the markets are moving pretty well? What is your goal? Build the account. Okay, well, first I'm gonna start off with $500. I want to grow this to 1,000. Then I'm going to grow to 1,500. And then once I reach about 3 or 5 grand, I'm gonna start doubling my lot size. You gotta have a plan, guys. Do not treat trading as just this paycheck to paycheck thing. That's not what it is. Now, we are promoting withdrawing, but don't be like, oh, I put $100 in my account, and every pretty much I just want to take out like $25. No. Build that thing up, make it fat. Okay. Make some withdrawals. You can do 10%, or you can at least do a certain amount each week. Okay. Know the exact amount. Now, for those of you who are doing both sides of the business, for those of you who are trading and those who are doing residual income, you need to have a residual income goal. That's when you truly expect. By the way, y'all, financial freedom for real, is when your residual is 3 to 4 times your expenses. When you can sit on your hands for 30 days and still get paid. When you cannot place a trade for 30 days and still, that's when you really tap into, when your assets are bringing money into your household and you ain't even doing nothing towards assets. You put the money in there and the money is just coming in. Okay, make sure you guys read Rich Dad and Poor Dad so you know the difference between the asset and the liability. All right, know the date and what's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? Who got their plan? Okay, now the plan is going to be, when you write the plan down, it's probably going to be in a perfect world. When I wrote my first trading plan, it was like, okay, and I think it was like 8 months I was going to be a millionaire. That was in a perfect world, not including holidays, not including the mistake I just made today. I was like, wait a minute, what? I just happened to be sitting down, found out, I was like, wait a minute, why did I send that out? I said, man, that was a mistake. It's okay. I failed today. Yay, I failed. I sent out a trade that didn't make any sense why I sent it. Nobody even called it, I guess, right? Guess what? I failed today. I'm okay with that. It's fine. That's what happens. Nobody's perfect. But what's your plan? Right? When I made my trading plan, it was not based off holidays. It was not based off weekends. It wasn't based off when the markets was crazy in the summer. It wasn't based off none of that. It wasn't based off the days I didn't feel like trading. It wasn't based off none of that. So you have to at least still have a plan that you can follow. When you guys are making affirmations, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am X and that I'm this by this date. The date is just a benchmark, because you still have to understand there's going to be factors that's going to play a role. Life is going to happen. We have some people right now that are dealing with some challenges in their life, and unfortunately, it's really taking a toll on them. So they don't know how to continue to put their coal inside of the train. They got to put the train off the tracks right now. Right? And that's okay. That some people are working towards being stronger and having more mental toughness and more spiritual foundation, and that's okay. All right? What is the plan? What is the plan, ladies and gentlemen? Know the plan, know the definite aim, and know what's in it for you. I want you to wake up every single day and celebrate today as if you can check off your kindergarten certificate. We're going to make double our expenses in kindergarten. All right. Everybody's making double their expenses in kindergarten. And when we go to first grade, we're going to make triple our expenses in first grade. Are y'all following me? Who's going to get their kindergarten certificates? Okay. Because when we graduate to the 12th grade, that's going to be the $1 billion mark. So right now we're in kindergarten. We got to make double our expenses. easily, but we got to aim towards it. And we got to have a plan, and we got to remain consistent. Guys, this market creates so much money. So much money. How many of y'all have made money off of trading, whether you blew it before you got the withdrawal or not? How many of y'all made money off of trading? Doesn't matter how big or small. You took 10 cents to $5. You took $1 to 300. You took 100 to $4,000. The money grew exponentially. It blew your mind. We know that's possible. Why in the world would you leave something where the return on the investment is absolutely insane? Took $200 to $9,000 today or yesterday. 200 measly dollars to $9,000 on USD CAD. Ain't nothing in the world gonna do that in a day. Nothing in this world is going to do that in a day. Can y'all tell me what's something besides flipping drugs, right? This is a phenomenal skill set. This is a phenomenal skill set. It took me what, 4 or 5 months to make $9,000, working 40 to 50 hours a week, overtime, taxes. Now you telling me I could sit on my butt and chill and do 3-way calls and get in from Dallas and make this kind of money? That's insane. But it came from what? Being consistent and aiming towards something. And guys, I'm finally maybe opening a savings account, by the way. I may finally open a savings account. All right. So we have to understand. Y'all know I hate the bank, so I thought y'all would have caught on to that. We have to understand. We have to have a clear, concise aim, guys. Go for your bullseye. Knock it out of the park. Have a burning desire. Have a burning desire. Don't give up on your why. Don't give up on your family. I want you to do completely opposite of what the average person does. The minute you start feeling weak and discouraged, and you start your desire, you can't even feel your desire, you feel like you just want to say, you know what, this is just, I'm tired. Guess what? I want you to look at the person in your family. I want you to look at your circle, and I want you to call them. And I want you to ask them, do they have financial, can you just borrow their financial freedom? That ain't gonna happen. You gotta create it. You gotta be the creator. The creator is giving you the power. Go out here and leave a benchmark. We get one chance at this life. Why not go all in? We treat this like we're gonna live 800 years. Why not take advantage of your real today? Go in. Get the business cards printed in a 2x3 size like Drew. Get the business cards printed. Go to events, create events. Stay up, be consistent, lose sleep. Guys, I slept 4 hours a night to learn this skill set because I didn't even have time. Some of y'all got all the time in the world and you still don't know how to trade. Because what? Your lack of consistency. I wish I was sitting at home 12 hours a day trying to learn how to trade. Oh my goodness. Right? And I'm still not even where I want to be yet. My goals are still big. My goals are huge. Because I want to continuously be so blank. I would. When you put down the I would, make sure it's just something that creates your excitement and makes you happy. Travel the world. Be a professional hugger. Feed the homeless. Sit next to people. Do home health. Whatever it is, make sure you know I would. Don't just focus on the people around you. Don't forget about yourself. Okay, live for you as well. Too often, and I'm a big person that I'm just happy if I do something nice for my family, right? Don't forget about yourself. Make sure yourself is taken care of. Okay, write it down. Have a goal. Don't be so obsessed with the date. Don't be caught up on the date. The date is just something that we're working towards. We want to graduate kindergarten by December 31st. Well, it's okay. Maybe we didn't put forth enough effort. Maybe we didn't study enough. It's okay. But when you know it's already done, there should not be any lack of patience. You're only not patient when you try to prematurely. See, this is what happens. when you try to interrupt what God is manifested, when you try to create the date and allow him to manifest the date, you're interrupting what he's already created. I'm not gonna even say you're interrupting. You're disturbing. You're interrupting yourself. Because what happens is, the minute you close your eyes and you say, I'm so happy and grateful, I am this and I am that, and you can see it. You can see your clothes. You can see how you feel. You can feel the energy. That's visualization. Y'all need to do that every single day. The minute you do that, you're like, man, it got to be. I talked to some people last week at the event. They said, man, I got to be this by my birthday. I got to be this by this. No, you don't have to be that by that. If you know today that you're already that, it's already done. But what's going to happen is, I wish I was the chairman. It's got to be my birthday, July 15th. No. Why does it got to be? See, if you know it's already done, there isn't a got to be. It's already done. You just need to make sure you're consistent, using your calendar, sharing a plan, studying the charts, plugging into the 10 calls, asking questions, being resourceful, taking initiative. And that he will reward your habits. And what did I say last week? Results are a byproduct of your activity. Results are a byproduct of your activity and your consistency. Conquer consistency over things that will gain a return. Know what you're aiming for. Hit the bullseye. Don't worry about the date. If you quit, if you don't want to do it, just ask yourself, what is it am I going to go do? Because no matter if it's trading, and no matter if it's chairman, if you want to start your own business, if you want to get a new degree, if you want to open a company, it requires the same activity. And that one activity is being consistent and having an aim. If you can mesh those two together, you'll be the next Jay-Z, you'll be the next Jeff Bezos, you'll be the next Oprah. You don't have to be that big on the platform, but the results are the same. Freedom, time, and money. You all have an amazing night. I'm going to be doing a trading call here as well right at probably 10:05. Give me a couple of minutes to refresh here. I'm going to do an SK strategy training at 10:05 p.m. Eastern time. Be in Dallas, September 13th, Dallas, Texas. If you don't know about Dallas, now you know. We're having a huge international event from our people all over the world, from London, from Africa, from Austria, from Spain. They're all going to meet us in Dallas, September 13th. If you want me to believe you're going towards your success, go to Be in Dallas. If you're serious about your success, be in Dallas. If you're not in Dallas, you're not serious. That's no offense to anybody, but that's really how it is. Because events change lives. There are going to be people you need to see. There are going to be stories you need to hear. There are going to be hands you need to touch. And there are going to be hands that need to touch you. There are going to be hands that need to hear your voice. People that need to hear your story. Maybe in the hallway. Maybe in the bathroom. Maybe over lunch. Maybe over muffin. But because you didn't show up, you allow somebody to miss a moment that they needed to be blessed. So don't miss the moments where you need to be a blessing. September 13th, Dallas. I will see you guys at 10:05. If you got some value tonight, if you're aiming, if you're adding the code, if your choo-choo is still running, drop some emojis in the chat box for me. If your choo-choo is still rolling, drop some emojis in the chat box for me. One more thing. Y'all know we got to do. I need y'all to do one more thing. We got to yell it. I'm so proud. Unmute your lines. As a team, we say this every single call. I am so proud. Let's go.
I'm so proud.
I am so proud.
No. Y'all got to go energy. If you in the place where you can say it loud, I need you to say it loud on 3. 1,
I am so
2,
proud.
3.
I am so proud of myself.
So proud.
Let's go. I am so proud of myself. Make sure you say it to yourself every single day. I am so happy and grateful. I fail every single day. I want to make the most failures. I failed today. I sent out a bad trade. Yay. I failed today. Who's going to outfail me tomorrow? Let's go. See y'all at 10:05 Eastern time. Y'all have a good night.